What's up, guys? So back on the project. We have some options, but the goal for today is to this video is to get the front spring and everything mounted on here, you know, and actually working, and then we'll see if there's any issues, if it's too much spring, if I need to add some leaves, shorten it up, but I got to get this thing mounted already. So one thing I did off camera, I'll bring you guys in. I don't know if this is right or wrong, but we have some options here, so I'll go over with you guys and then we'll work it out together. Okay, so the first thought with the axle was I was gonna put some threaded rod in here and in here. So what I did was I kind of just drilled for some, you know, to do some rosettes and put, you know, the threaded rod in and then just bolt it from the outside. So that's still an option. Or another option is I had these, they're kind of like jam nuts, I guess, because they're thinner. Well, them on the outside here. One good thing about that is because this hole here is not perfect. It's off a little bit. But this I can kind of center on perfect, weld it up, and then I can actually just put a bolt in from the outside. I think that's a decent idea. Another idea is to possibly, I bought this, I ordered on Amazon, 7/8 threaded rod. The actual wheel is a CH over 7/8, so this is a little wobbly in there. So like if I can make a sleeve on this, this would be absolutely perfect because it's all in one piece. We know it's dead straight, and then I can just put a nut on the outside. One issue with this is, like I said, it's a little sloppy. So what I did was, this is just, I mean, this is a Home Depot build. This is just 3/4. This doesn't fit in there. So I was thinking, what if I cut it to length, put a couple slits in it, you know, put it on each side, you know, enough to make it tight in there, and then just like solder these together, you know, off a little bit. You'd have, even if I cut 3 of them and, you know, put them around here and then just solder the joints up. That's also an option. But as I'm looking at this 7/8, this is I think 5/8. So that's no bueno. So I would need to get a bigger bushing for here to go in the back. So that's a thing too. So I think what I'm going to do first is we're going to try the jam nut route. And the only thing that sucks is I did these holes here, so they're pretty much useless at this point if I just put the jam nut in the end and bolt from the side. Another thing with the jam nut too is it's not as strong because I'm just welding out here. I got nothing inside holding it, so if it wants to, you know, break here, I'm screwed. Although the bolt will go in all the way, so I don't know. I think I'm just gonna try the jam nuts. Just give it a shot and see what we gotta do. Another thing with these, I was gonna have one on each side of here, but I think I've seen some where there's just the rocker's just on one side, and that'll work out for me because, like you saw, I think in the last video, when this was just a single piece in the middle here, it couldn't rock because it was hitting this. So if I do just like this one's going to be the pivot. It'll, you know, it'll clear. You know, up here is good. Even down here, clear. So I'm gonna buzz these together, you know, sand it down, and then you know, round the edges, make it look pretty. So I think the first thing I want to do is I'll move the camera, I'll set it up, and we'll try doing these. We'll try the jam nut approach. I don't know if that's going to work, but we're going to give it the old college try, I'll tell you that. And then, yeah, that should work. I'm thinking, you know, this just fits through. If this is on here and then I weld it, I'm going to have to sand so much of the weld so we can go back through the wheel again. So let's see, let's get the camera set up, get the welder set up, and we'll just start burning shit and then see what happens. So we've got, I think, 2 or 3 options here. So I went and sat down in my office and just really thought on it.
Oh, that's real nice.
Then it hit me. Man, my hair looks good. Woo! New hair, who this? What I've decided is, since I drilled these holes anyway, this is hot, nope. I'm gonna try, this one's gotta be opened up just a little bit. And I'm gonna end up taking advantage of the rosette welds. Let's see how far this one goes in. It's going all the way. I gotta just open it up just a little bit. I wanna kinda, you know, give myself as much meat here to weld as possible. But man, it's really, I gotta put a welding helmet on with this hairdo? Woo, that's a shame. Damn. Now I'm gonna get all the ladies subscribing. Dude, guys, don't tell your girls about this hairdo, because it's lethal. It's just lethal. All right. So I'm gonna open this up a little bit, which shouldn't be too hard. Story of my life. Dick joke. I'm gonna get in there, open it up a little bit, then we'll get these in all the way. I don't know how, I'm trying to see how far this thing goes. As long as I get it to there, I mean, you know what's funny? It's not really funny. I'm probably gonna get this in, it's gonna leave just a little bit, and then it's not gonna be big enough to go through here. I can see it. Let me see, I might have some 1/2 inch all thread. I'd rather leave this thing super long, because, you know, I've never had anything long to play with. And see what we could do. I'd rather leave it long and then cut it to size after, because otherwise it will be a pain in the ass. So bring you guys right back. You don't need to watch a fat guy drilling. If you watched the last video, you pretty much, fat guy drilling gets old quick. So I'll torture myself, make these a little bigger, and then I'll bring it back and, you know, continue with the excitement. All right, guys, so what I'm gonna do is I had a piece of 12-inch thread rod. I just cut it in half. I know we're gonna have to cut it way down, but I'd rather have this extra in there, and so then when I put the actual rockers on, it's not too short. Again, story of my life. What I'm gonna do, because the hole in here, like I said, I didn't get it too straight. Another thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try to get another clamp. I'm not sure what that part is called, where you clamp the workpiece into the lathe. The one I have on there, one of the teeth is broken. So even though it's like the 3 jaw is supposed to be like self-aligning, when you tighten it down, it's always off just enough that it makes the piece you're working on come out crooked. So I have 2 options. I can try to figure out which one, and this is an old machine. It's like a 1940 or 42 Logan. I can kind of see what the back spacing is to put the one on there that I bought, or I can just take one that works and that one to a machine shop that really knows what they're doing, and they can make it so it'll fit on here, and then I can actually, you know, do things with that lathe. I just got to see the cost difference in either one, but I'm going to do that this way. You know, I try to make stuff a little bit more precision, not like all over the place. But since this hole is off a little bit, what I'm going to do is I have a couple washers where the 1/2 inch will stick through. It gives it a little bit of play still, but the outside is pretty much dead on to here. So what I'm going to do is clamp it on here. I'm going to, you know, buzz it all the way around. So that way, see, so like right now, if I stick this in, I mean, there's tons and tons and tons of play. If I have this thing in here welded, I'm still gonna have to make sure it's level before I do it, but it cuts it down like a lot. So we're gonna do that. So I'm gonna get this on. I wanna clamp it. I'd love to be able to, I don't know if I should take a piece of, what's it called, like angle iron, put it on here, so that'll hold it level. The only thing is, this is, this piece of my shaft is a little thinner than the head. So I don't know if that's gonna work out for me here. So I might just have to eye it up, just throw 4 tacks in it for now, and then I'll do the same thing on the other side, and then we can just drop the rod in and send it, clean it up on the outside, and we could finish making those, the actual rockers. Like I said, I'm just gonna pretty much just buzz them together, put them, you know, hit them with the angle grinder, straighten them out around the edges, make it look kind of pretty, and then get 2 of these to do, and then we can kind of, at least we'll be able to attach the wheel on for the first time, and then we just need to figure out the best way to make that round rod attached to the spring. So I'm gonna get this welded up, and then we'll do that. All right, guys, don't breathe. I have the most amazing jig set up here. So I kind of just I welded those washers on the flat washers on the outside. I got to do a little better. I just hit them quick. I'll do like a final weld after. But what I'm gonna do is throw a couple tacks. Right now I just have this one, and I'm gonna, buzz it in a couple spots. Put this one in, buzz a couple spots, and then we will go from there. But this is level. This is level. I mean, really, how level do we need it? It's just, holding the front tire on. Like a little adventure. Wow, that moved a lot. Which way? Uh-oh. No, the whole jig set up. Wow, that really pulled really far. I'm a little disappointed with... I had 0.25 wire in here, and I had it like dialed in perfect. Everything was like, even if I wasn't trying, it was like laying nice beads. Everything was awesome. So I ran out of wire. Went to the store. All they had was 0.30. So I changed the tip, changed that, and I had to get the bottle filled. Now it's like a lot of porosity. I can't seem to dial it in 100% like it was. So it kind of blows, but I've got to play with it. I got to take like a practice piece and just adjust the gas and the heat setting and the wire speed. But that's crazy how much that just moved like that. I mean, I know stuff moves, but I could see it on camera. I don't know if you... I mean, I can see it right in front of me. I wonder if you can almost see it on camera. I don't know if I'm gonna have to break that weld and redo it. Jeez. Let's see. Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. So let me see if I can get this thing. Let me get it set up again. Try to tack it and get it pretty straight, and then go from there. All right, guys. So got this all welded up. Obviously, it's a little long. I'll cut it down once we actually get it in the bike, so we see where everything needs to be with spacers and whatever else I'll need to do to make it work. So and I just kind of welded up quick, and there's some spots I need to hit again, and then clean this up. But I want to kind of get it together before I do the final welding. Next, what we're going to do is weld the rockers together. We'll make the edges a little rounded and make it look a little bit more finished. And we will then be able to finally put this on the bike. I figured out what the deal was with the welder, where the line goes in and picks up the the wire feed and the gas. It wasn't in all the way, so the gas wasn't actually making it to the end. So it was almost like using MIG wire, but as like flux core, and she wasn't working out. So once I got that fixed, everything went back to normal. So I'll set you guys up in a stand. We'll weld this up quick, clean it up, get it on the bike, finally. Alright guys, so I got these two cleaned up before we actually install this thing. Once it's all finished, I'll take the all around, around these edges, and there'll be no round edges on it all, no square edges. I mean, I'll clean up all these and make it good. So that's done. We're almost ready to put this thing on. The only other thing I need to do is, I think you guys remember one of the other videos, it was too tight on this one side, so the rocker wouldn't clear. So what I needed to do was, I think I had one single piece, so I had to add two more. So I did this one already. All I need to do in this one is just, transfer the new hole into here. I'm gonna do the same thing on the other one. I'll kind of set everything up, then I'll turn the camera on. We'll show you guys what I'm going for, and we'll go from there. But once these two forks have this end done, re-drill the hole and all that, we'll be ready to try to mount this axle and go from there, make that bar for the spring, and then we'll see what adjustments need to be made, because I'm sure there will need to be some adjustments, but let's crank it out. All right, so I did a quick weld job on here. This thing is like 1,000 degrees right now. Again, with this too, once it's ready to be actually painted for the bike, I'm gonna smooth all these edges out, make them rounded, make it look nice. I've seen people do this 1,000 times, so I'm gonna try to see how it works with me. I gotta make the mark so that I can use the punch and drill through here. So what I did was I set the measurement I want on here, and I put some bootleg wannabe Dicom on here, and we'll see if it actually makes the mark in the middle. Yep. Look at me, professional. I have a mark. I don't know if it's center or not. I can't even touch anything. It's like 1,000 freaking degrees. That was kind of stupid, but. All right, we're gonna go with that mark, and we're gonna drill a 1/2-inch hole. I just gotta double check to make sure that I went up far enough that it's not gonna be off the outside. Let's take a look at that. That might be smart. Not what I'm known for. I think maybe I should go up just a little bit off of that one. I don't know if I should go up a full inch. Where would that bring me? Yeah, that might work. I'm saying yeah, like I'm working off plans. Okay. All right, we're gonna go with that. Got the punch over here. Yeah, that should work. Now making the other side exactly the same, that's gonna be fun, but whatever. I might try to do this by hand, let's see. I think that might work out a little better for me, but I don't know. guys, so for my next performance, you can see here we got the hole drilled in to the end of this fork tube. Now what I need to do is on this one, I have to grind all the welds down. Before I'm done with this, I'm gonna round out all these square edges, make it look nice. But for now, honestly, I just really want to get it on the bike and kind of see, you know, like I did something. So I made a template of where this hole sits, because it's not, of course, not directly in the center. It's a little bit off center. So the old dirty finger technique. I'm going to make a little template, lay it on here, try to mark the center, and then we're going to go from there. Once I drill this hole, I'll just kind of, you know, grind up these welds really quick, and then we can put these back in the bike and start, you know, I can actually try to mount the front wheel, which is going to be kind of cool. So let's get at it. Now I'm just going for straight-ish. As long as everything is evenly uneven, that's what I like to go with. Actually, let me do this first. Man, we're like a slob. All right. I think it's a half inch hole. It should be this guy. Yep. So the way I'm going to try to do this, and hopefully it works enough, is I'm going to mark. It kind of gives the if the, you know, come on. There we go. So I got that one. This one, it gives the 4 points, and then in theory, when cross them all, we're going to get the center of this thing. All right, that's good enough. That. Cut this out, lay it on here, and then start drilling it. Hopefully when I start drilling it, I just bought the drill bit tonight. Hopefully the drill bit will last longer than I do. And that ain't long. Guys, I have to admit, after starting to drill that hole, I chose violence. I'm not sure if this is a thing. Please let me know in the comments. I don't know if from welding everything, I mean, if I could have did this the right way, I would have cut these all first and then welded them in. But you know, some of it was like an afterthought, so I didn't do that. But I'm not sure if from the welding and cooling down of the metal, if it kind of like, you know, like heat treated it almost. Because I don't care, brand new drill bits, nothing was gonna go through here. So what I did was kind of make the hole really rough with plasma cutter, because that wasn't taking no for an answer. And then I used, let's see if it's still hot, this little guy, just to kind of hollow it out. And I think I got enough of it out that I can then just hit it with the 1/2 inch drill bit. I think that might work. But the battery is charging and I can't find my other battery. So for now, what we're gonna do is just kind of clean up some of these welds for now, and so I can make some progress while this thing is charging up. But that hole is gonna be an accomplishment, like most of them are, right? All right, so let me angle grinder. Just kind of clean this up really quick. I changed this flat disc yesterday, so hopefully it'll last another 5 seconds. And make some moves. All right, what's up, YouTube? So I got the holes drilled in both of these, and I was looking at it and not really very happy with the outcome, the way it looks. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna chop the end off here. I'm gonna throw a sleeve in there and extend this out. So I went to Tractor Supply and I got these. I was gonna get like a clevis joint, but they didn't have anything there. But I think this will be perfect. So basically, I'm gonna cut up here, add it on, and then I'm gonna weld this nut to the bottom here. So if I'm off a little bit, I can have some adjustment, and I'll choose a jam nut to lock it in place. But honestly, once this is on the bottom of the fork and the bolt goes through here with the rocker, there's no way for this to move either way. But I will put a jam nut anyway. But I think this is gonna be the ticket. It looks much better than what I created here. So I'm gonna take these two to the saw. I'm gonna cut them off, and then I'll bring it back when I'm ready to weld the nut on the bottom here. All right, guys. So clean that mess up a little bit. I circumcised these two pieces of metal here, the forks. I am going to hit them real quick, the flat disc, get them ready to weld it. I'm going to weld these nuts into the end here, and then we can bring them over to the bike, install them. All right, guys, here we are. I got the forks are back in. I got the this thing wants to focus one of these days, maybe. I'm not sure what's going on. Let's see. Here we go. So these are in. I actually off camera tried mounting the tire just because I knew I'm gonna be fumbling like a monkey, and it's in there. I gotta make spacers to keep the wheel dead center here. Another thing I noticed when I put the rockers on, let me show you guys. Not that this matters for this, but when I get this on here, it would be better, I think, if this was machined flat here. What I might do, I actually have bits to, kind of mill it down, but on that drill press, everything wobbles so much it's not going to work. But I have that little guy over there that's from like 1932, and that thing is a beast. That's probably heavier than the 6 foot tall one that I have. So I might try to mill it down just to give me a nice flat here, so it's not like wobbly. Another thing I saw, somebody commented about this not being enough, and I think that might be the case. We'll see once I make the piece, but this does stick out so far that it looks ridiculous. So I think I might need to cut it back to here and get it back in. So I think that might make it a little bit stiffer, and also the fitting up top here. So if I need to add another leaf, I can do that as well. The idea for the top here, I was watching somebody else's video, or actually just looking at pictures, and it almost looks like they did like a horseshoe design here, and then it clamps up top, and then the 2 bars come down off of that. I might do that, and the way that I'm gonna do it, because I don't have any horseshoes handy, is, let me show you guys, something like this. Might be hard to picture for now, but let me see. This will go here, and then I'll have a bracket to mount this up top, and get some rod that's 1/2 inch to kind of sleeve over the threaded portion there, and then go down to the rocker. So, you know, and this saves me from having to kind of bend something, because I know if I bend it, it's gonna be all over the place. So I'm actually gonna stop this video here because I'd like to get something out. I spend way too much time in between videos because I'm doing this kind of like, you know, after work, weekends. But at least for now, we got these. It's a lot better. The next video, I am gonna try my best to machine this, get this front piece on, and then make the spacers. Those are the 3 things I want to accomplish for the next video. But at least I kind of got this on here, you know, pretty good. I'll do the full weld. But also, next video, I want to shorten this up. So next video, the front will definitely be finished. I know it's taking me a long time, but you know, I am definitely not a professional. But once that's done, then we can start moving along. Then I'll order the tank, we can get the motor in place, and then, you know, make this look like a thing. We can make some handlebars, which I think would be kind of cool. I want to do something a little bit different. But thank you guys for watching. You know, I think I have 177 subscribers right now, which to me, that might as well be 1 million. So I really appreciate it, guys. And the plan is to have the next video out within a couple days. I got to try to do 1 a week. That's the goal. But, you know, unfortunately, life gets in the way sometimes. But it's nice to play, and, you know, even the recognition from 177 people is awesome. It makes it worth it for me. So hope everybody has a good week. I'm going to get this thing out, and see you soon.
That's all, folks.